there's a way to do it and there's a way not to do it. That's the way the Saints did it, was the way not to do it.
Brett, you said something about that Giants loss, 23-20 in overtime, and how you couldn't get over it then, and you're still not over it now. You guys were 13-3 that year, look like, Super Bowl winners perhaps. Why does that loss, why did it haunt you so bad, and why does it still haunt you?
Well, the Giants game and the Minnesota Saints game have haunted me and will haunt me forever. I was always under the rule of thumb that, and I think my dad is to blame for this because of the way he taught me, and I believe it wholeheartedly, to take total, it's never, every win is about the team. Every loss is, the team needs to take ownership of the wins and losses. But as a quarterback, don't ever think that you did your best and we lost because of other people rather than myself. You can always do more. And in those two games, I had a chance, and take the Saints game, for example. I have never once been critical of the Saints for the bounty. What I am critical of is the fact that even amidst all of the bounty scandal, I had a chance to win that game, or at least give us a chance to win it, and made a bad calculated decision, throwing it back across my body to Sidney Rice. When I look at the film, I'd just gotten hurt the play before and was dragging my leg, but I think I could have dragged my leg or crawled to get a first down, give us a shot at a field goal. And that haunts me. Not that they were out to get me, not that they had put money on who can take Favre out. I take, I take pride in overcoming things similar to that, being beat up, but overcoming it, facing the defense head on, making a play that overcomes all the negatives that piled up in the game. And why would I think any other way? I mean, I had a chance to win those games, make a play that only I could have made that could have put us into the Super Bowl, and I didn't. And that haunts me. As good as I played throughout the year to get us to that position, I didn't make the plays to get us into the big game. And, I've heard it from other players that have said the same thing. Like, I had a wonderful career, 321 straight games without missing a game. Of course, we didn't win every game, but it was overall a successful career. But what I think about the most is those games rather than the wonderful Super Bowl win, the Oakland that honored my father, and numerous other games that I could easily talk about. I think about the ones that were so damn close that I had an opportunity to make a difference and didn't.
Given the fact that you just had back surgery yesterday, you've had hip surgery, why doesn't the bounty thing bother you? And that NFC title game is the historic bounty game with Greg Williams and all of that. Why does it not bother you?
Well, I think they're always out to get the quarterback or the star running back. I mean, there's a way to do it and there's a way not to do it. That's the way the Saints did it, was the way not to do it. But I can't say that I was hit any different than I'd been hit in my career up to that point. I knew something was up, but I'll go back to my first year in Atlanta. Jerry Glanville's the coach. I'm just a guy on the team. Half the guys didn't even know who I was. I never contributed. I gained 25 pounds on beer and hot wings. About the only one who showed me any compassion or put their arm around it was Deion Sanders, who just happened to be the most visible and iconic player on the team. And we have been great friends ever since. But my point with Atlanta, every night before the game, home or away, didn't matter. We have a team meeting. That goes for every team in the league. You kind of do the same schedule. That really doesn't change regardless of coach. So say 8 o'clock is a team meeting. You just had individual meetings, kind of brush up on all the stuff you went over during the week, the last second changes, or we're all in, yeah. So you go to the team meeting, the head coach gets up and talks. So this is my first year. Jerry Glanville would come in. He would say, "All right, guys, we got the Kansas City Chiefs tomorrow. I got $5,000 if we can, whoever takes Steve DeBerg out. We play the Saints tomorrow. $1,000 if anybody can get Morton Anderson out." I just thought that's the way it was. I never saw any, in saying that, I never saw anyone spear Steve DeBerg, anything obvious that would send red flags. I just thought that it was a way to motivate the guys to get the best player out of the game. So that never happened after that, as a Packer, as a Jet, and as a Viking. I never saw that again. I didn't see a head coach ever. So in spite of all that, Jason, in spite of all that the attention about the bounty and, Kurt Warner the week before got taken out on a vicious hit, I still had a chance to make a play, just one play. I made some good ones. I played my heart out, but I needed one more, and I didn't do it. And it wasn't because of the bounty. So I'm not going to sit here and blame our loss like everyone else would say, well, yeah, if it had not been for the bounty, they would have won. That would be so unfair to say that, because Drew Brees played a hell of a game. Our defense played a hell of a game. Their defense played a hell of a game, but just had a couple of hits that I think there was probably 5 personal fouls brought from the passer, and they really could have called 13. Now, I think it was one of those, like, if we just keep calling personal fouls, I know he's getting hit late and in the chin, and we're going to be branded as flag throwers. It was that obvious. But in spite of all that, I had a chance to win it, and I didn't. And that's why it haunts me.
Like what you saw? Hit that like button, subscribe, and check out the full episode by clicking the link below.